What's up, everyone? This is the God King Lord coming back with part 3. I'm going to break down more of this foolishness.
It's not money, all right? Money is made for defense, which we'll see, in which this money that we have is not real money, by the way.
So again, why the hell are you going to give Yahawah fraud? Huh? Now I understand it's not money, and it takes money to run the school, but you shouldn't coerce people or extort people by bringing in a doctrine that no longer exists.
We live under the power of the left hand. Like Isaiah says, other gods have dominion over me. All right, meaning I am subject to their payments, like it says in Baruch, I'm subject to their system, but only by you, Yahawah, will we mention your name. All right, so in these times, all right, now here, what do you see? You see a law, all right, where it's technically in the law that particular people give money. All right, now let's get an example of this law being used before I get the other scriptures. This is
See, he's going to manipulate the scripture again. Again, as we see, he has not proven that tithes is money. He's just talking all this gibberish and manipulating the scripture, but notice he has not proven tithes is money. The scripture that he did will go to when it came to tithes, all dealt with food.
2 Kings 12:4, it says, and Joash said to all the priests, all the money of the dedicated things that is brought into the house of the Lord, even the money of everyone that passeth the account, the money that every man is set at, and all the money that cometh into any man's heart to bring into the house of the Lord.
Uh-oh! Remember I told you he's going to cut himself. Oh, I love it. I love it. 2 Kings 12:4. Because he just cut himself. I'm going to read it. And Joash said to the priest, all the money, notice it didn't say all the tithes money. It just said all the money of the dedicated things that is brought into the house of the Lord, or into Yahawah's house, even the money of everyone that passes the account, that money that every man is set at, and all the money that cometh into any man's heart. What does it mean that come into any man's heart? What is that talking about? As it willingly come into his heart. Again, reference my my videos that I've did on my channel, on the God King Lord channel, on offerings, and I break it down. So again, let me finish this off. And it says, cometh into any man's heart to bring into the house of Yahawah. So when you're looking at that scripture, understand that it has nothing to do with tithes. It has nothing to do with tithes at all. So he went to this scripture, but because he has a spirit of Satan, he doesn't understand. He cut himself with this scripture. He cut himself with this scripture. And I'm just going along with the scripture, and I'm also throwing scriptures out there for y'all to go to. The laws of giving of your money contradicts the laws of tithing. Now, see, if this was tithes, then it cannot be it could not be that in all the money that cometh into any man's heart. Because a man's heart, he may just decide out of $100 to give only $5. Well, that's in his heart. Tithing is 10% or a tenth. So therefore, if it's 10%, then it's not in any man's heart to give as he pleases. So this scripture goes against the tithing doctrine. Oh man, you dear God, you just made yourself out to be a mockery fool, GMS.
All right. Let the priest take it to them. All right. This is basically, when you do the research, this is according to the law. And
yeah, but not the tithing law. See, he's repeating himself over and over again, saying that this is the law because he wants to worship Tahar, kiss his ass, while he allows Tahar to rob y'all of your money and steal from y'all.
Leviticus 27, it was called the tax of Moses. All right.
So, wait a minute. Like I said, he cut himself again because the tax of Moses is not the tithes. Can you prove to me, GMS, that the tax of Moses is the tithe, you dummy? And that tax of Moses, or temple tax, that was the thing that was set. It was set at a price. And every man paid that. Every man paid that. So again, you cut yourself again because the temple tax is not a tithe. Dummy.
Now, it says, and all the money that cometh to any man's heart to bring to the house of the Lord is basically an offering.
Oh, you're right. It's a free will offering. It's an offering given freely. So he just confessed. GMS confessed that 2 Kings 12:4 has nothing to do with tithe. So you can impeach his whole statement while using this scripture because it has nothing to do with tithes. It never ever mentioned tithes, and it also had keywords in it like set price and any man's heart. So he just cut himself and destroyed his old video, but I'm going to continue to have fun with him.
All right, so these were things that our forefathers did do. All right, now we're going to get more. It says, let the priest take it to them, every man of his acquaintance, and let them repair the breaches of the house, wheresoever any breach shall be found.
Since he admitted that this has nothing to do with tithes, since he admitted that this is talking about the temple tax, and also it says what? That every man cometh into his heart, let him bring. So therefore, by default, there's the temple tax and free will offerings, like Exodus 25, 1 through 3 says, and the scriptures, y'all go look at my series again. Build Yahawah's house. There's no 10% here. GMS, you fool, you just cut yourself.
All right. Now, this was basically a time where the temple, it was some wicked lady. She had 3 sons who messed up the temple. All right. They didn't completely destroy it, but they went to the treasury. All right. And they had money, according to this law, to where they can rebuild and fix particular things. Pay. All right. When you do the research, they were paying the people, the ones that they hired. Okay, let's keep reading. All right.
Yeah, but it never was 10% of income. Not one single tithe in the form of money ever came in to do that. So what's wrong with GMS? Huh?
Right. It says, then King Joash, all right, called Jehoiada, all right, the priest, and the other priests said to him, why repair ye not the breaches of the house? All right, now therefore receive no more money for your acquaintance, but deliver it to the breaches of the house, because they were.
See, it says receive no more money of your acquaintance, but deliver it for the breaches of the house. Now, if tithes was money, GMS, how come he didn't say, but deliver? Now therefore receive no more tithes money. Receive no more tithe money. Nah, just say receive no more money of your acquaintance, but deliver it from the breaches of the house. Now, understand, tithes came from the field, from the land, from the fruits of the trees, and of the stock. Tithes never ever came from acquaintance. We have a problem with your doctrine. Told you, boy. Told you, boy, you better grow up.
Collecting the money, but they weren't fixing what needed to be fixed. All right? And then the priest counseled to receive no more money of the people, neither repair the breaches of the house. It said, but Jedediah the priest took a chest, bore a hole in it, in the lid of it, and set it beside the altar on the right, as on coming into the house of the Lord. All right? And the priest that kept the door put therein all the money that was brought into the house of the Lord. All right? And it was so, when they saw that there was much money in the chest, the king's scribe and the high priest came up.
Come on.
Came up, and they put in the bags, and they told what that money was found, told the money that was found in the house of the Lord. Like it says in Sirach report, all that comes in.
Keep going.
It says,
keep going.
And they gave money, being told, into the hands of them that did work. All right, that the oversight of the house of the Lord. All right, that had. All right, wait. Let's read it again. It said they gave the money, being told, into the hands of them that did the work, that had the oversight of the house of the Lord. All right, and they laid it. All right, out to the carpenters and the builders that wrought upon the house of the Lord. All right, now spiritually, this is us. You know, the heads of.
No, dummy. No, dummy. No. When they gave the money, it's not spiritually. The word is spirit. But when it's talking about that they gave money into the hands of them that did the work, who was it? Into the masons and the hewers of the stone, people who built the temple. So it's actually people who's giving physical labor. You dummy. You're so stupid. Now you say, well, the heads is us. You ain't the head. You are not the head. Tahar is not the head. He teaches the false tithing doctrine. He teaches that Caesar Borgia tithing doctrine. You're not the head. Talk about, see, who is the head? The head, this is us. No. Yahawah's temple was what? Was a physical temple, where physical food went into his house. And the only temple that Yahawah is talking about is inside Jerusalem. You forgot Deuteronomy, the 12th chapter, verses 6 all the way down to 18. You forgot about that.
Particular schools do deserve to receive tithes.
No, particular schools do not deserve to receive no damn tithes, you idiot. We're in the 2 Kings, you dummy, GMS. We're in the 2 Kings. Did it ever say tithes? Well, you yourself admit that there's no tithes on there. You said temple tax, and you said offerings. The scripture says offerings. Temple tax and offerings, it built this. No school has any right to receive tithes, you dummy. Back. I'm going to get it. Deuteronomy, the 12th chapter, verses 17 and 18. No. Let me start up here first. Verse 10. Deuteronomy, the 12th chapter, verse 10. Hey, GMS, listen. It says, but when you go over Jordan and dwell in the land which Yahawah your power giveth you to inherit, and when he give you rest of all your enemies round about, so that you dwell in safely. So we have to have rest from our enemies, and we have to dwell safely when we go over Jordan, dummy. It says, then there shall be a place where Yahawah your power shall choose to cause his name to dwell there. When you go over Jordan, where you hitting? Jerusalem. Drop down to 17 and 18. Thou mayest not eat within thy gates the tithe of thy corn, or the first thing, or the oil, or the firstling of the herd, nor the flock, nor any of thy vows which thou vowest, nor thy freewill offerings, or heave offerings of thy hand. But thou must eat them before Yahawah thy power, in the place which Yahawah thy power shall choose. Thou and thy son and thy daughter and thy manservant and the maidservant and the Levite that is within thy gates, inside the gates of Jerusalem, thou shalt rejoice before Yahawah thy power, and all that you puttest thy hands unto. Now when you go back up to verse 11, it says, and there shall be a place where Yahawah your power shall choose to cause his name to dwell there. There shall ye bring all that I command you, your burnt offerings and your sacrifices, your tithes, and all heave offerings of your hand, and all your choice vows which you vow unto Yahawah. And you shall rejoice before Yahawah your power, and your sons and your daughters, and your manservants and your maidservants, and the Levite that is within your gate. So you have to understand, Yahawah's temple is in Jerusalem. GMS is not Yahawah's temple. It's a school, but it's not Yahawah's temple. Just like ISUPK, HYK, HOI, 14th Street Israelite Ambassadors of Christ, FOB, don't care, GOCC, don't care what you call your school. That's not the temple of Yahawah, you dummy. You're a thief. You hate Yahawah. You worship Tahar. You hate Yahawah with the passion because Yahawah is too busy telling your ignorant ass what his tithes is, and you're telling Yahawah what his tithes is, and it's not. I'll be back with part 4.